Hello there.
General Kenobi.
So, we're again at a new video of the Ibanez project. And this time we're going to do something that I do with basically all of my guitars. And what I have to do for that is first taping everything off. I use masking tape again. This is absolutely fine to use it for that purpose. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna sand down the neck. So here's the deal. High gloss necks and finish necks are, for my perception, a bit sticky. And I don't like sticky necks. It is definitely better with satin finish necks, but it's still not that, soft and fast like when you polish a neck. So here is how it's completely taped. This guitar actually has like a weird mix between a satin finish neck and a gloss neck. It's not that sticky as usually high gloss necks, but not that fast like a satin finish. What it actually gets rid of too is if you have dings and dongs in the neck. I really despise that, when you basically have some dings, scratch or dongs in the neck, and I hate that. It annoys me so much, and you can get rid of it by sanding the neck down. So we do that here too, and I have to do that because I feel really uncomfortable with gloss necks. I don't know why. So what I use here now is a 240 grit sandpaper, and with that 240 grit sandpaper I will start grinding down the neck. I use water to wet the neck and the sandpaper. You might use sandpaper which is suitable for wet sanding. If you don't have it, then it will work as fine. Why do I do that with water? It won't get that messy inside, and it won't spray all the dust everywhere, which is nice. Second, you can actually see then through all the stuff when you wet the neck what you're actually grinding. So usually you can see when you grind down a neck through all the layers of finish that is there. What I usually try to do with that 240 is to crack the layer of the paint. So I want to definitely go through all of the clear coat, and then start scratching the paint underneath it. Sometimes you have more layers, and then it depends on which layer you actually want to end up. I usually do it like this, that I end up on the last layer. I either sand it down completely to the wood, or I sand it down partially, and we will see that here. Now you can actually see that everything gets a little bit white, and you can't see anymore, and dust is basically building up everywhere. So I put on the neck a little bit of water, and that's absolutely fine, and it will stick then better to everything else other than your whole room. By the way, here you can see that I already grinded through the paint shop and with that 240, and I start now trying to get even more spots like visible to the wood. The masking tape is actually not withstanding the sandpaper completely, and it won't withstand a lot of water, but it is absolutely enough to fulfill everything that you need for this job. Unless you're grinding on the masking tape like a crazy man, everything should be fine. What I do too is, and you can see that here, I will grind down the binding too, if the binding is finished. If it's unfinished, which is very unusual, then it depends what material it is. If it's like this dull plastics, it is not a very good idea to sand it down, and I would tape it off then. But in this case, I will definitely sand this down too. So we will see me now actually sanding down everything for a very long time with that 240 until I crack the last layer of the finish. So what you can actually see then at some point is that usually in circles there will be like spots visible where you actually grinded already through the clear coat, and the paint underneath it will be different, and you will spot that in like little circular or like oval spots. So what I actually wanted to talk about too is I got a couple comments on those, and there's actually nothing fucking wrong with it, to say it out loud, and I get those. I got a couple questions and comments about regarding burned, that it is kinda disrespectful, if not even unfair, to say something like this, that I got the guitar and it was not in a playable condition. I want to make about this because I got that a couple times now, and I answered every single one of them. I just want to make clear that there is no bad blood. Winning this guitar was phenomenal, and I'm very thankful for that. I was absolutely happy that this guitar arrived, and I loved it. I have absolutely so much fucking fun with it. To be honest, for me as a guitar nerd, you could say that it is actually more fun to put in some work to such a guitar, to get it going and everything, and that's absolutely fine for me. Like, I got fun doing that. But I actually thought about not saying that this guitar was not in a playable condition when it arrived, but basically fix it in the bag and then just play it. But I thought, hey, it would be nice to take you all on the journey with me, and we will fix that guitar basically together, which is fine, and there's nothing wrong with that. At no point I wanted to disrespect Burned in any way, and I don't think so that he thinks I'm disrespecting that. I mean, I fixed that guitar for that I can play it properly, and it is no big deal. It was just a fret job. Well, yeah, you have to have the tools for that, and adjusting everything, but hey, we live in the time of fucking YouTube. Basically anybody can do that if he has like a little bit of knowledge about how to handle some tools. I'm grinding with a 400 grit sandpaper, which is basically already doing a very good job. I got one comment actually. I'm really sorry about this video already, because I was talking about throwing out the pickups, and I will do that, and that particular person thought it was also kind of disrespectful to throw that out of a guitar, and to be honest, no. And I told him that too. Why would I play a stock guitar if it doesn't fit my playing style? Like, I got a couple amps and they're really picky. Some of them are really picky when it comes to pickup configuration, and since my amps usually are on a very very low gain stage and I don't play high gain amps, it is actually really hard to find pickups and pickups combinations that actually work with these kind of amps, because you need a lot of fucking output. And those pickups inside there are passive, kinda low output. I will show you that when we get to the point where I change the pickups, because then I will measure the resistance of those and how hot they actually are, and they are not. And there is nothing wrong with that. If you have different amps, this guitar might sound amazing, and it is not like that I will throw that electronics away. No, I will keep the electronics to be able to put it in original state, of course. Well, with the neck, it is not possible anymore, because, yeah, you see it yourself. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is that there is absolutely no bad blood. I am not about disrespecting Bernd with doing that, and I thought about a long time, or a lot of times, if I should fix it like secretly and then just play it, but no, why would I? It's absolutely fine to do it like that and take with you on a little journey how to fix guitars like this, because this is the perfect example of that, and how to do something like this and what I actually do with my guitars. And I'm not saying at all that I'm not grateful for that guitar. It's a beautiful instrument, but we will get to that later soon, so don't worry, it will all make sense. And what we're gonna do now is we take an abrasive fabric and we polish it now with that. This is actually close to let's say between 1500 and 2500 grit sandpaper. You can do it with sandpaper too, but I'd like to do it with that. What do I actually want to achieve with this? This is not something that I do just for the looks, but it has absolutely its purpose. It will get very fast. I know the term fast neck is a bit weird, because there is no thing as a fast neck, and I get that. Let's say it's a very... yeah, let's say it's exactly the opposite of sticky necks. That's what I would define it as. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you is, so there is nothing from my side that is in any way arguably wanting to disrespect Bernd in any way, because I'm fucking grateful for that guitar and I have my fun doing that. So there is no bad blood. There is not. Just if you wondered. So what you can actually see here is now that a couple spots are now lit up, and now you can actually see, and I think this is always really beautiful, because you never really know what is underneath the paint. And here for the first time, because I didn't watch the specs of the guitars, you can actually see that this is a 5-piece neck, and this is fucking amazing, because I was like, oh Jesus, it's a 5-piece neck, and you can actually see the, I guess it's walnut, I am not sure, I would have to look it up. So I actually wanted to basically like look at everything through the finish, so that you can actually see all 5 pieces of the neck. Why do I do it like this and not sand it down completely? I like the look, like that you have like a perfectly fine guitar and everything, and only the neck looks aged, or like it way it looks, it's not even aged, because those kind of paints you would probably have to play a lot of fucking hours to get a result like this, because that's no nitro finish, it's like some polyester, polymer, something probably. So now take a cloth and look at everything. Yeah, I'm really satisfied with how that turned out. When you're done with that, you can actually take off all the tape again, and you should have a perfect guitar. Regarding that, what you should do now is maybe take a cloth and clean the guitar a bit, because all the fucking dust will be everywhere. And that is how the neck looks then from the back. It's a bit matte now, so it's not that glossy anymore. Yeah, it is very soft now, and you can glide over it like easily. So here is the end result. Next time we will just assemble everything back together and see how everything turned out, what we did so far, and then we might plug it in and do the rest of the work, and see you in a few days.